Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to Storytime Society. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm so happy that you're just here on Earth and alive. But this is Tuesday episode, so happy Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning. Okay, sorry. I literally was just freaking out before filming this. I mean, I was actually recording at the time, but I got really scared because I thought I heard someone coming into my house. And I just get so weird. Like, I always am panicked that someone is going to murder me. And I really highly doubt that's ever going to happen. But, knock on wood. It's not even real wood, but, I think I just have watched too many and listened to too many true crime shows and podcasts in my lifetime and court cases and stuff. I used to spend my days, hours and hours, just with an AirPod in my ear, and I would have a court case, a live court case going on, YouTube, and I would just be listening to it all day for weeks at a time. The case where the man drove through the parade, I forgot where it was at, but he was insane. He was so disrespectful, and he kept getting kicked out of the courtroom. He represented himself. He was so crazy. But I listened to that whole thing, and yeah, it was honestly so insane. But yeah, so that used to be my life. I don't really listen to true crime as much anymore because I kind of took a little bit of a break, but I still enjoy. That's a weird word to use because I don't enjoy true crime, but it's interesting to listen to and to learn about because just things like that, really, it's so hard to put myself in people's positions and because I'm usually I think it's weird for me because usually I'm very empathetic and I can easily put myself in someone's shoes and feel their emotions. If they, I don't know, are going through a tough situation, like a breakup or a death or something like that. I can easily put myself in that position. But then when it comes to someone trigger warning, throwing away their baby, if you guys know about that girl, stuff like that, I'll think about it for days. And I try so hard. I don't know why I do this, but I try to put myself in their position. And it's completely impossible. And it makes me feel so weird. I don't even know I don't even know how to explain it, but it just makes me feel so weird. And I'm just that is just the craziest thing ever. I just try so hard to understand how people's brains work. And sometimes I just can't. Because in certain situations, it's okay, I can understand maybe why they did that. I can understand why she would hide her pregnancy. If you guys know who I'm talking about, Alexi Treviso, I think her name is. If you don't, you can look her up unless that's triggering for you because it's a very, very, it's a very triggering story. But I understand why she would hide her pregnancy, but I don't understand why she would do what she did in the hospital and throw her baby away. I don't understand that. It's very, very, very hard to get through my brain. And yeah, so just things like that. But I don't even know where, how did I get onto that topic? I have no idea, but I did. So, I feel in every video I'm always wearing these red shorts. I just have a bunch of sweat shorts and sweatpants that I wear, and I just alternate every day throughout the week of different comfy clothes because I love fashion, but I only love dressing up if I'm actually doing stuff. Otherwise, I want to be comfortable. 99% of my life I want to be comfortable, and then the other 1% I would like to dress up and go to a coffee shop or go to the bar or go to dinner. But I would just sometimes I like to look for cute clothes that is also comfy because I'm I want to dress cuter during the week but also be comfy because I don't feel being uncomfortable in clothes. But okay, we're about to get started. I just want to say thank you for being here, and If you aren't subscribed, subscribe, maybe turn on the notifications, obviously comment because I love talking to you guys, like the video, and maybe share with a friend or family. We love it. No, but seriously, I love when you guys comment, and I love to like talk to you guys and just hear what you have to say. Oh, also, I'm contemplating making like 2 extra episodes a week so that there's an episode posted every day, like Monday through Friday, but the other 2 would be like short, like 25, 30-minute episodes, like a mini episode where it would be like probably 1 story, maybe 2 if the other one's short. But yeah, let me know what you think about that. And also let me know, like, do you guys like really long episodes? Like, if I were to do like a 2-hour episode, which wouldn't be often, but would you guys like that? Or do you guys like the shorter, like 45-minute episodes or like 1-hour episodes? Let me know what you think about that. Okay, we're just going to get into story time now. I have so many stories saved. I feel like the last few days I have been just saving stories like a maniac. And then some of them I do read and some of them I don't read, but usually the ones that I do read are mostly for TikTok, and the ones that I don't read, I want to read with you guys. So I save those and I don't read those to specifically read with you guys so that I can like get my true pure like first reaction. But okay. So, first of all, there's so many stories that I need to decide which one to read, but I know that there was this one. Let me read this one because it sounds very interesting. All right. The title is My Wife Can't Stop Thinking About Me and My Sister in the Dance That Was Too Intimate. Okay, it's one of those tiny little screenshots, so unfortunately I might be squinting my eyeballs. Oh wait, there's a different title on the screenshot though that I'm going to read. My wife wants me to return back my sister's wedding gift because she thought our sibling dance was too intimate. My wife, 26 female, and I, 28 male, got married a couple months ago. The wedding was amazing. We also went on an amazing honeymoon. Everything went great, and we have settled into our nice married life. However, last night, my wife wanted to talk about something serious. We don't shy away from expressing our emotions and insecurities to each other. She brought up our wedding, and she talked about how my sibling dance with my sister, 26 female, was too intimate. I first thought my wife was joking, but I quickly realized that she was serious. I asked her if anyone else at the wedding thought that, and she said no, but because everyone was too scared to say it. I told her that's a straight up lie, and I have close friends who would have said something, but they didn't. Everyone had a good time at the wedding, and nothing seemed out of the ordinary. My sister and I have never really shied away from affection. We know some siblings get awkward with that, but we're the opposite of that. My wife then asked if we could give my sister's wedding gift back to her as we haven't used it yet. It's a La Marzocco GS3 espresso machine, which is by far the most expensive gift we have gotten out of all of the gifts. My wife said the gift just made her feel insecure. I told my wife she was being completely irrational. And that's the most ridiculous thing she has ever said. I was probably a bit crude with my words, but I just thought the whole thing was ridiculous. She then dropped the topic and we carried on like normal. We also used the espresso machine for the first time today, and it's pretty amazing. Was I an asshole for telling my wife she was being ridiculous? Okay, first of all, give the La Marzocco GS3 to me, please. Because that is literally, isn't that like a $20,000 espresso machine? Like, I have the Breville, which was like $600, and that was like, oof, that was a hard purchase. Although, like, it definitely saves me money because I don't get coffee out all the time. But that, I don't do big purchases a lot because I grew up pretty, I would say poor, honestly. And I just have that kind of view on money where I just look at it in a very scarce way, which I've always tried to work on, and I've definitely gotten better throughout the years, but I'm definitely like a big money saver. I never want to, like, I always think about things as if what if something bad happens? And maybe that's just my anxiety brain talking, which it probably is, but we have medicine for that. So, but what was I saying? Oh, what if something bad happens? Yeah, so I always think about that. Like, and that is why I put so much money aside. Like, I have a savings account that I'm always putting as much money as possible in and leaving the least amount of money in my checkings account. And my savings account is like one of those that like is like 4.2 or something. You gain interest, like 4% interest every year or whatever on the total that you keep in there. So I try to keep as much in there. And then I have like my stock Robinhood account that I do, and then my what is it called? Not a 401k, but a Roth IRA. I have that too. So like I try to really save as much as possible, invest as much as possible, because I'm like, what if something were to happen and then like I'm literally screwed? Because money, although everyone says money can't buy you happiness, but just for some reason I feel like it can. Like I just feel like it can, because like then I wouldn't be so stressed about everything, and then wouldn't that like equal happiness? Like I wouldn't be absolutely, I don't know, just in any situation. It's like you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about that because you have money, so it's fine. Just it's just like, I don't know, but that's how I feel. So, but anyways, back to this story. That is a little crazy. I mean, I definitely think, I don't know what, I would love to like see what the dance was, because I don't know what she considers like too intimate. But the way he said like we've always been affectionate and stuff, I don't know. That makes me feel weird. Like, what kind of affectionate? I mean, it's your sister, but like, we've read stories on Reddit. You know, it's not impossible that something weird could happen between siblings. Although, like, that is definitely very out there. But I feel like, what does that mean? Like, I would love to know. Oh, God. Okay. So, some of the top comments of this post, which is not even the original post, but it's like reposted on a page. It says, he and his sister slow danced to At Last by Etta James and All of Me by John Legend. He commented it. Wait, sorry. Okay. I've never heard of a sibling dance, question mark. Was his mom not around? Like, I know of a father-daughter dance and a mother-son dance, but a sibling dance? And then someone said, apparently she died and the Etta James song was their mother's wedding song, but the John Legend was inappropriate and he didn't know why it was chosen. Maybe it was her favorite song. I don't know why they would do two songs. Hey man, I've been whispering sweet nothings into a bag of pine cones and feathers, taking that bag to a mountaintop and burning it under a crescent moon, and you have not responded. What? I'm confused by that. I don't know what that means at all. But that is insane. All of Me. I mean, okay, the Etta James song makes sense if that was their mother's wedding song and she passed away. Makes sense. All of Me? Give your all to me. Like, what, are they getting married? I don't understand. That is actually kind of insane. Someone said plot twist. It's a hidden ad for La Marzocco espresso machines. This one ranges at 8 to 10K. 2 whole romantic AF songs with your sister at your wedding to someone else. I don't know what that means. To someone else implied. I don't get what that means, but at your wedding, yeah, that's weird. And also, nobody wants to sit and watch that much dancing. Yeah, 2 songs, no one wants to watch you guys dance for that long. Even just one song is like, it's really cute at first, but then like towards the end, you're like, okay, wrap it up. OP could only remember 2 songs. That means there were more? No way. No fucking way. People don't often listen to song lyrics. Many moons ago, my graduating class voted our song to be Cats in the Cradle. I still think it was a weird choice. I don't know what that song is, but After learning the song choices, I'm with the wife. That is very weird. There are platonic love songs that OP could have used. He even had a good justification for the Etta James song, though that one still teeters on the edge of acceptability for me. Why All of Me by John Legend. That song is very explicitly a song about romantic love, and while I love my siblings to death, I would absolutely not be chomping at the bit to do a slow dance with them, let alone to a song talking about their curves and edges. LOL. Either this is a troll or OP is creepily enmeshed with his sister. Yeah, like, I can even imagine. That's so weird. Because even imagine, like, he was dancing with his mom to that song. Like, that's also weird. Unless it was, like, I don't know. It's like, what? Why are you dancing to, like, a romantic song that is talking about, like, a romantic love and not a platonic love? That's just weird. And I would be so uncomfortable. And even if you don't shy away from affection, like, okay, like, that doesn't mean that you have to dance to a John Legend song. That's kind of funny, though. I really want to know what is going to happen with that. I want to know the background. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess if nothing, like, what could happen? They just, like, they don't think about it like that. Maybe it's just like, okay, we're brother and sister, obviously. Like, we aren't in love, or like, are they? That'd be scary. Okay. This is kind of crazy title. This title is really crazy, actually. I think it's kind of long as well. I almost just want to be. I hate screenshots. Ugh. But I guess this is just how it's gonna be because it's probably gonna take me too long to find the original story. So whatever. But like, I have to zoom in so much. Like, I feel like my eyes are gonna. I feel like I can't see the bottom of this either, which is even worse. Okay, whatever. My 30 female husband, 33 male, accused me of murder out of the blue. How do I salvage this? This is long and ridiculous. Sorry. My 30 female husband, Luke, 33 male, had a sister, Laura, 29 female. We were all close and saw each other 2 to 3 times a month, along with their parents. Almost 6 months ago, Laura fell down the stairs at their family home and died. It was a freak accident. There's a window on the half landing, and she hit her head on the sill. I was the last person to see her. I was there for less than 10 minutes, and she was in her pajamas making coffee. I didn't even stay for a drink, and I struggle with how such a brief and meaningless interaction could have been her last. She deserved so much more. My husband and I have only been married for a year, but we've been together for 4 and have known each other for 20 plus. When Laura's parents found her, they called my husband straight away and we rushed over. We faced the whole thing as a family. In the days after, Luke started quizzing me. Exactly what we talked about, what she was wearing, where we were standing, etc. It progressed. What? Why did I say it like that? It progressed to saying I was providing I don't know why I'm pronouncing words so weird. It progressed to saying I was providing conflicting information on tiny details he was being deliberately misunderstanding, and accusing me of withholding information because I couldn't tell him things like what pajamas she was wearing. This escalated quickly, but lasted for less than a week as I lost my cool and made it clear that I was done answering questions. He didn't bring it up again, and I wrote it off as a grief quirk. His behavior was generally that of a normal grieving person. Last Friday, he outright accused me of murdering her in front of his parents out of the blue. We were all stunned. There was an inquest which recently concluded, and there was never any doubt the verdict would be accidental death. He said it was completely obvious, and he couldn't believe that no one else could see it. He claims I went through his phone and found his messages with Laura. I have absolutely no idea what messages he's talking about. I have never looked at his phone. And that I went over to confront her, and things got out of hand, and I pushed her downstairs. By the end, he was shouting about going to the police and getting the inquest overturned, and how I wasn't going to get away with it. Let me be clear. Laura and I had a great relationship. We all did. I have no idea where this has come from other than these messages I haven't seen. And even then, I don't think there's anything I could ever see on someone's phone that would drive me to murder. It's just ridiculous. He's been with his parents since this happened and will not talk to me at all. I've had some contact with his mom, but she's not being very communicative. The last I heard, she didn't know what messages he was referring to either. I am still completely stunned and I have no idea how to proceed. I made a commitment to be there for him always, and I understand that grief can manifest in strange ways, but part of me feels like my love for him died the second he called me a murderer, and I don't know how we could possibly work through this. I also really don't want to be thought of in this way, and I have no idea if he has said anything to people we know. I obviously haven't. A brain tumor or a psychotic break has crossed my mind, and I suggested it to his mother, and she just said she'll talk to him. Other than the questions before, he hasn't been acting odd. Obviously, he's been grieving, but he's seemed sane and sensible. Other than this, I feel like I'm going mad. Does anyone have any advice at all? Edit, it has come to my attention that I accidentally used Laura's real name once in this post. Can I kindly ask that anyone who commented who is real name delete their comment, as I really don't want this to bleed into my real life for obvious reasons. I think there's an update because there's like 3 more slides on this. What? Oh my gosh. Why are these screenshots like this? Okay, wait. Let's see what the thing says. Does it say anything? No. Okay. I don't like these screenshots. They're just like screenshots of her comments, like of, I don't know, but I guess we're going to just go through them and read them because there's a lot of them and I feel like it's probably a lot of detail. I'm feeling freaked out. What? I'm feeling so freaked out at the idea that he came up with this almost immediately after her death and has either been sitting on it or planning his confrontation, that I'm basically trying to dissect the past 6 months. Maybe it's time I start writing things down. Right until it happened, things felt very normal. Obviously, her death has been felt deeply by all of us, and things aren't anything like they were, but there have been no signs of anything like this even on the day. See, I don't know what that's talking about because these are just screenshots, which is kind of annoying. I'm absolutely desperate to see these messages because I'm right there with you on the sheer wackiness of what they have to contain. It hadn't occurred to me that they might not exist. I've never known him to lie, but I do think that a mental health issue is a real possibility. His relationship with his sister didn't seem odd, and I've never been interested in his phone, but he's never been defensive about it either, so I think you might be right. If I had such incriminating messages, I've probably worried about them before now. I was interviewed by the coroner's office after her death, as I was the last person to see her. She died about 3 hours after I saw her, and I'd been to the supermarket and was home by that point. It's all verifiable and was a recorded interview. I haven't spoken to anyone but his mother, and that's only been over messages. She's never been a big texter, but she has seemed cagey over the past few days. I don't know if this means she's seen the messages I've asked and been ignored. When he first laid out the accusation at his parents' house, both his mother and I just kept asking him about the messages, and all he would say was that I know exactly what messages he was talking about. She was as stunned as me, and his father just said he didn't understand what he was talking about. He's a man of few words, but there was plenty of head shaking. The whole thing was surreal. No one knew how to act. I honestly don't know what kind of lawyer I would even speak to about this. From what I'm aware, the coroner's decision can't be appealed, and the police can't launch an investigation into an accidental death. I don't think I'm quite ready for divorce. We haven't spoken since his accusation, and I walked out about 5 minutes after he threw it out, and I have no idea what his frame of mind is. Okay, let's see. There's more. There's so much more. I'm I'm absolutely terrified at the prospect of him telling other people about this, and I feel like as time passes, the chances increase, and I don't know whether I should get ahead of it or how I'd even approach that. He's intelligent, successful, and has plenty of friends. I've never known him to lie about anything, and I feel like this accusation could follow me around for my entire life. I've asked his mother for an update, and she hasn't gotten back to me. She left my message for 2 days, too, and was quite dismissive when I tried to broach the issue of a psychotic break. She only backed up her pictures and videos to iCloud. All of her messages were lost as they couldn't get into the phone itself, just the backups. Unfortunately, I think that's where I am. For the past week, I've been telling myself I'm going to get a call saying he's been detained for mental health reasons, but nothing is happening and my patience is wearing thin with the silence. There would have to be an extremely good reason for me to stay after this, to the point that I'm even quietly hoping for a brain tumor over a mental break, because that comes with solid proof that these aren't his own thoughts and feelings. I am clutching at straws. I used fake names and her real one slipped through. Editing the post now. Would you mind deleting this comment, please? I really don't want this to lead back. Okay, this is the last of the comments. I have his iCloud password. It has a backup from yesterday. I have no idea how to turn it into something I can actually use. It doesn't have a messages folder or any signs of how to use it for anything other than restoring a whole phone, which I don't want to do. Does anyone know how to actually get the messages from this? Sorry to throw a tech support request in. I can't believe I didn't think of this. Huge thanks to the person who suggested it. It's not signed into his messages. I was so excited. Okay. This is crazy. I mean, I've never heard anything like this before. Okay, let's see what the comments are saying. She needs a lawyer fast and to go to the cops because him accusing her is making him suspicious. Ooh, that's kind of true. I didn't think about that. True, I was also thinking, what if he feels like this is an obstruction of justice and that he needs to take matters into his own hands? In one comment, OP says that it is quite unlikely that the police will open another investigation. So what I mean is, what if the guy decides he needs to take revenge? The more comments I see from her, the more worried I become for her safety. He seems to be carrying a lot of guilt over something, and she's become a target of his issues. I'm mostly worried at the lack of communication between her and his mother. How dismissive and quiet she has gone with her daughter-in-law that she's known for how long? It seems like she may be taking her son's word that something fishy is going on without seeing these mysterious messages, or they do exist and his twisted version now has credibility. OP needs a lawyer to protect her against defamation of character. She should be worried about him saying things to people outside the immediate family because there's no taking that back. It could affect future job prospects, her reputation in the community, etc. Even if he is having a mental breakdown or even a plausible story alternative, it doesn't matter. He's got to keep his mouth shut. It's been investigated and proven her innocence. If he wants to go through legal channels and appeal the decision, that's okay too, but not idle gossip. It's actually crazy that someone can just spew lies and be like accusing someone of something so serious, and that might affect your future. Like, I could just like go make up a bunch of lies about one of my friends and be like, oh, like she did this and this and this. And then like that could literally ruin her life, even though it's completely false. And even if like she ended up suing me for like defamation or like, I don't know what else, whatever, but like false statements or whatever, then it still would be like people would still know about it because it'd be public, and then it'd be like some people might still think that those things are true even though they just aren't. Even if I was like, okay, yeah, I was lying, people might still even think that's true. Like, that's the crazy part to me, is that like literally people can say anything, and then there's still like a part of some people that might still believe that. Like, that's insane. Okay, let's see. Wait. This is a mother whose daughter just died and her son is accusing his wife of killing her. The mom is probably spinning and not thinking rationally. Clinging to her son wouldn't be unexpected, no matter his behavior. She was able to get into the messages and there's nothing there. Nothing suspicious. Nothing saying that they're getting divorced or he's cheating. She even says it doesn't make any sense. It's on the post about seeing if she can get him hospitalized. I can't remember which subreddit that was on, but it's on her profile. What? Would this also apply to messages exchanged through apps like WhatsApp and Snapchat? Either way, even if there are messages that would presumably send OP into a murderous rage against the sister, the fact is that his accusations are delusional and unfounded. She needs to remind him that she's probably in surveillance video at the grocery store. Timestamp, he knows what time she arrived back at their house because he was there. And it's likely someone had a Ring camera that can show OP coming and going for another timestamp. And a lot of couples share their location, and he might be able to verify that. That's also to say that it's already been investigated and it's been combed over. He is projecting and blaming hardcore, which leads credibility to him being at fault in whatever they discussed, probably an affair or wanting a divorce. He definitely needs some mental help. Grief is tricky, and I think his might be manifesting as delusions as well, which needs an emergency intervention. He may retaliate out of revenge, but for OP, I'd also find this marriage very difficult to salvage. Regardless of the mental state or not, he disparaged her to his family and maybe his social circle, and it might be said that it can't be held against him, but for me, I wouldn't be able to help it. The accusation is so gut-wrenching. Some things you just can't come back from, even if it's not anyone's fault. What was I gonna say? He's projecting, blaming hardcore, which leads credibility to him being in fault. I feel like why would she murder the wife if, or not the wife, the sister, if they were talking about like him cheating or wanting to get divorced? Like, what would that have to do with the sister and wanting to like end the sister? If anything, wouldn't that make, like, if she really were to go into a murderous rage, wouldn't that make her want to like murder her husband, not the sister? If the sister was just like having a conversation with him and he was like, yeah, I want to get divorced, and then she was like, oh, like supporting him about it, like I don't think that she would want to, I don't know, I just feel like it would be more geared towards the husband, unless like I guess she was going crazy, and if she was like, oh, the sister was convincing him like that he should divorce me because of this, blah blah blah, then I guess I don't know, but I just don't see how that makes sense. Like, what messages could really be, unless they were like having a relationship? God forbid. Okay. From what I read, she did an iCloud backup, but it doesn't say if she checked everything or not, unfortunately. He definitely seems to be having a breakdown and needs help. I agree, though. I don't think their marriage is going to survive this. Yeah, sorry. If my boyfriend or husband was like accusing me of murder, sorry, that is crazy. I would literally be like, bye. I would not want to even work through that, because that's insane. The person that you love the most and you're literally like knows you more than anyone is accusing you of this. Even like, I guess if it was truly like he's really having a mental breakdown and he like goes into a psychotic break and then has to go to like the mental hospital, okay, maybe, but still, even after that, you're gonna have like a lot to work through. And like, honestly, I agree with her. Like, the brain tumor is a better option, because like at least you can see the proof, They remove it and then it's like, oh, he's thinking clearly again. He doesn't think that I murdered his sister. And look, the brain tumor's gone. Like, it's right here. It's gone out of his brain. So here's the proof that is why he was saying those things. Either he killed his sister or he is psychotic and is going to kill OP. Yes, I listen to true crime podcasts. Why do you ask? My theory is that he was cheating. Sister knew and kept it a secret, and now he thinks that the wife found out and took it out on his sister. And yes, I also listen to true crime podcasts. I think he was cheating with the sister. That's what I was kind of thinking too, but I was wondering that too. What could have hubby and his late sister been hiding that was so bad that the husband jumped to the conclusion of murder? An affair with his sister? Dude, I need updates on this story, for real. Like, I need hardcore updates, because that's probably one of the most interesting stories I feel like I've read, because that's just like, because I'm a true crime girl and I want like an investigation. Like, I want her to like low key, I would love to be like her friend in this and going and being like acting like freaking spies, FBI agents, like going through all this stuff. Like, I love doing that kind of stuff. Like, when you're with your friend and she's like talking to a guy or something, like, specifically, I had this scenario where my friend was talking to this guy and he was like, he wasn't home at the time. He said he wasn't home. He was busy. Something's, or no, he was home. I think he was working from home, he was being really weird, and he did end up ending things with her. So like the gut instinct was right, but he was being super weird, and he was supposed to be really busy working and stuff. So we were like, I wonder if he really is really busy or if he's just like hiding something and he's somewhere else. And we lived literally right next to him. Like, I lived here in this apartment complex. My friend lived here in this apartment complex, and he lived like here in this apartment complex. So we met up and we went and drove by to see if his car was still at his apartment. And that kind of stuff feeds my soul. Like, truly, it feeds my soul. Like, going to see if your boyfriend's like car is at this other girl's house or something, like that kind of stuff feeds my soul, until like it actually ends up being like the boyfriend actually is cheating on your friend, and then it's like, fuck. Because like, obviously don't wish that for any of my friends, but just like investigating like that is just, it's everything to me. Okay. I think we're gonna read this. Okay. My mother-in-law wants my toddler to call her mama, and my husband doesn't have my back. Whoop. Not the mother-in-law. I hate to come to Reddit with a personal marital issue, but I could use some reassurance that I'm not being wildly unreasonable here. My husband and I have a 17-month-old son, who is our first child and the first grandchild on both sides of the family. My mother-in-law spent a lot of time thinking of her grandmother name and eventually decided on Mama. This makes me uncomfortable, as I am my son's mama. It feels like it's being taken from me, and I don't want to share the title of mama with a grandparent. I've expressed to my husband several times since his mom chose this name that I'm uncomfortable with it, and his response has been that I am being unreasonable and I have to get over it. To further complicate the issue, our son has a pretty significant speech delay. He's not speaking at all, and his speech therapist mentioned this week that he needs consistency, and calling his grandmother mama will be detrimental to his language development. It has also further increases the importance of the word mama to me. When he finally says it to me, it will be such an incredible moment that signifies all the long and hard work I put into helping him grow and develop his speech. Even after bringing the speech concern up to my husband, he still thinks I'm unreasonable, and I'm on my own if I want to cause an issue with his mother. At this point, this is the most upsetting part, that I've expressed my feelings repeatedly, and he completely dismisses them and doesn't have my back. I want to speak to mother-in-law about it when I see her in person next, but I'm terrified of potentially blowing up our relationship and being left all on my own as the crazy daughter-in-law without my husband to back me up. Am I being crazy here? For reference, his family is not Hispanic or from the southern U.S. or anywhere similar, where a grandparent being called mama is more common/accepted. He called one of his grandparents mama. It must have not bothered my mother-in-law, which is great for her. But obviously we are different people, and I have my own feelings on the matter. I also am already in therapy for my people-pleasing tendencies, and we have couples therapy sessions as well. Edit. Thanks for the replies and giving me the courage to have this conversation with my mother-in-law. Confrontation is so hard for me, but I'm doing my best. My relationship with my mother-in-law is otherwise great, and I love her a lot. She's not the overbearing type at all, so this is totally out of left field. Yes, she wants it pronounced like regular, mama, not mama or mima. Mama. What? Mama? Okay. I have overheard her babbling mama, mama to my son and explicitly saying I want him to say my name first. She's bought mama apparel and mama jewelry and other such things that I have thought are clearly meant for new mothers. It's overly wildly inappropriate. inappropriate in my opinion, and I'm so confused where this is coming from, but I will set the boundary that this isn't okay. The larger issue is that this is just another instance in a marriage where I don't feel that my feelings are respected. It's exactly what I'm in therapy for, learning to build my confidence and self-esteem and how to stand up for myself. My therapist agrees with me that this is a reasonable boundary, by the way, but I entirely shut down the idea of confronting mother-in-law at the time because I was too scared. I've made a lot of progress since then, though, and feel more ready now. Getting confirmation here that I'm not crazy gives me the last push of confidence I needed, but I'm really sad that my husband doesn't see it this way at all. I want a life partner who is my cheerleader and supporter, who is proud of me for making these changes and setting these boundaries for the first time in my life, and it hurts that I don't have that. Typing this all out has helped clarify why I feel the way that I do, and I'll be talking to some more with my husband before the convo with my mother-in-law. I may show him comments here if I have to. Thank you for confirming that I'm not crazy. Yeah, I would literally be like, excuse me. It's common sense that all the mama stuff that she's buying is obviously for the mom. Because what do you mean? Like a baby, or I don't know, the baby's first words are probably going to be like dada and like mama. You don't see it. So what is the baby supposed to call the mom is my question. You don't, like, the baby's first time calling her mom or calling their mom a name is not going to be like mom, like she can't have another mommy. Like, no, usually it's mama, because that's like easier for a kid so young to say. So like, what are you both going to be wearing mama merch? I don't get it. I feel like it's just very, very common sense that like she is called mama. It like actually enrages me. The way that I would be absolutely so pissed, I would be like, there's no way I would not say something. I mean, I'm not that confrontational either, but if I know like this is wrong of a person to be doing, I am confrontational because I'm like confident in the fact that I know like right from wrong, and that is wrong to me. And the fact that the husband doesn't agree, he's delusional for that. And if my boyfriend's mom did that, immediately as she said, I want to be called mama, I would be like, no. I'd literally be like, no, that's what I'm being called. Like, I'm the mom. I just literally pushed this baby out of my cooter. Like, you're not being called mama, or I won't be bringing my baby around you. So pick a different name. Thank you very much. Especially after having a child and like going through childbirth and going through pregnancy. You're not going to take that away from me. You're not going to take the mama name away from the mama. I would literally refuse for her to be around my baby if she was trying to get the baby to call her mama. Like that would, like, this is pissing me off. This is getting me riled up. Because the way that I would literally be snapping the moment she even suggested that. And I would be like, are you okay? You're joking, right? Like, are you actually okay? Because that's obviously not real, right? You're being funny. You're being a prankster. Because no. Ain't no way in hell. Okay, this is the last update. 6.5 months later, July 1st, 2024. Slay. That's so recently. Okay. I posted last year about my mother-in-law choosing mama as her grandmother name, how wildly inappropriate I find it, and how my husband thinks I'm overreacting and doesn't have my back. He eventually told her that she needed to choose a new name, as I am mama, in my son's speech therapy sessions, and their solution is that her name is now Mama Joe. I have overheard her say, I want him to say my name first. I don't want to give up mama because he's going to say that before any other name, etc., multiple times. I feel like I'm living in crazy town and I'm going insane. This new name is literally not any different whatsoever, especially considering the justification of why she wants to be mama so badly. When my toddler finally does say mama, he's 2 but speech delayed and can't make the M sound yet. It's going to be for me, his mother, and me exclusively. I've given up on trying to convince my husband to get on my side. I'm going to speak to my mother-in-law directly next time I see her in person, but it's going to be a big blow up, and I'm really upset my husband still cannot see why my feelings are hurt by this. I think more than anything else, this has become a massive marriage issue between us. He has a habit of often invalidating my feelings and telling me I'm overreacting. And to be fair, I'm a very sensitive person, but the situation has proven to me that even if I am being the most reasonable person in the world, he still will consider it overreacting. I'm finally standing up to my mother-in-law myself, but I just wish my husband had my back. Edit. An actual update and end to this saga, Mama Joe is now Nana. My husband messaged her saying the speech therapist says she needs to pick a new name. I followed up with a video chat saying that it's not really about the speech therapy. It's about me and how I feel about it. And she was totally understanding, so problem finally solved. It just took me 2 years to grow a spine. As far as the comments calling for divorce, blaming me for being in an awful marriage, etc., yes, I'm aware of my massive self-esteem issues. Thank you for lighting a fire under my butt to at least resolve this finally. I'm in lots of therapy to undo my people-pleasing personality. I'm a major work in progress. We're in marriage therapy to navigate the issues that have come up after 15 years of me sweeping my feelings under the rug. This is hard, but I'm trying my best. Yeah. If she was like, I want to be called, I'm not giving up mama, because I know that's the first name that the baby's going to say, and I want to be the first name that the baby's going to say. Literally, screw off. For real. Get a grip. I mean, I get that she can't do confrontation, but I don't even know how she was able to hold back, because the way that I would immediately be freaking out, no. Yeah, exactly. I want the baby to be saying my name first, because I actually gave birth to the baby. Thank you. And yeah, you're right. That probably is one of the first names that the baby's going to be able to say, which is why it's going to be my name and not your name. Not Mama Joe. Really? Mama Joe? That's the name you came up with? You're not mama in any way, shape, or form. And you won't even be grandma if you keep this act up, because you're not going to have a grandchild if you keep doing this, because I would literally be like, no, you're not coming over, and I'm not coming to you, because you're not going to see my child, you crazy person, trying to think like you're the mom of this baby. But it's funny how one conversation with the mother-in-law, she was understanding, she could have just said that in the beginning, but she was so scared, and they had to go around it saying the speech therapist. No, there's no way. I would do the same exact thing. I would literally be saying to her, it's not about the speech therapy at all. It's because I don't want you to be called mama, and not only do I not want it, but you're not going to be, and that's the end of discussion. This is my baby. I just don't get how people deal with mother-in-laws like this. For real, I could not stay with a man that's mother-in-law, or that's mother was crazy. Which, granted, she does say that the mom's not overbearing in any other way. This is the only really issue that they've had, so that's good. But there are other stories where it's monster-in-law times 20. The top comment says, OP needs to teach her child to call mother-in-law Joe Mama instead of Mama Joe. We've done it, y'all. We've witnessed a naturally occurring Yo Mama joke. That's funny. But nothing really to do with the post, so. That's crazy, but thank God she ain't being called Mama, because that would be so annoying, for real. Okay. Well, I think that's the last story that I'm going to read. It's getting hot up in here, and I'm for some reason my face is hurting. My head, not my head, but I don't even know. I need Botox to control my muscles in my forehead, because sometimes I get sore from squinting and making this face so much. It makes my muscles in my forehead sore, or around my eyebrows. But slay. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Let me know what you think about the stories, always. And I just realized that I didn't have a drink in the beginning of the episode, because I forgot my drink out in the living room. But I got a big water. Not a big water, I just got a regular water. And a Diet Mountain Dew from the gas station. I also got a protein bar. The Bear Bells are so gas. The salty peanut one tastes like actual Snickers. So that's usually like what I have every single day. They're kind of expensive, but it's like eating a literal candy bar. It's the best protein bar I've ever had. The best consistency. Like it doesn't taste like protein to me at all. And I feel like every other protein bar, it's like too hard or it's like too whey proteiny. Like it doesn't have that yummy chocolate like candy bar consistency like Bear Bells do. But I love you guys so much and thank you for watching.